Okay, what's up everyone? Swinging Bull here with PB Alerts, and in today's stream we're going to be going over VUZI and SMTC earnings. So just real quick here, VUZI is supposed to report right at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll see what's going on there when they report. Forecast EPS negative 0.18, forecast revenue 2.09 million. SMTC doesn't report till 4:15 p.m. Eastern, so we got about 15 minutes on that. Forecast EPS negative 0.03 and forecast revenue 191.24 million. So let me go back to the candlesticks real quick and see if we actually do get data on VUZI here in any second. I'm going to have my other screen pulled up on the side here so I can get the data posted on YouTube as soon as it's released here. Okay. All right, VUZI kind of just stuck right now. Regular session is officially over. If you still have SPY options, they trade till 4:15 p.m. Eastern, so you got a little bit of time there. VUZI kind of just stuck at 121. Okay, here we go. Getting some movement, up 1.65% in after hours. Let me refresh my other screen and see if we have any earnings data. Okay, and VUZI was down 9% today. Just kind of looking at the bigger time frame, they've been downtrending for some time now. They did recently top out around $6. July of 2023, but just been downhill since then. That they haven't been able to catch a break. If there's not a positive reaction to these earnings, obviously they're probably going to fall below $1. Then they won't be in compliance with the exchange, and probably looking at possible reverse split after that. Let's look at their finance. Yeah, they're bleeding money every single quarter. Look at their balance sheet. Debt to asset only 5%. That's actually really good. Let me just see what else they got. Cash and equivalents. Yeah, they've been bleeding money. So September of 2022 they had 90 million. Then the next quarter only 72 million. Then the quarter after that 63. Then 48, and now 38. Q3 of last year. So you can see that their cash holdings are getting depleted. So like I say, if they don't get a positive reaction to the earnings data, then probably fall below $1, and might even do an offering first and then reverse split. So just be careful on that for anyone trying to play VUZI. But looks like it's just kind of stuck here. Not really getting a lot of volume on this, so kind of no action on VUZI unless Earnings Whispers had the time wrong. Earnings Whispers says 4 p.m. Eastern, so it's 4:02. Maybe it's 4:05 Eastern. So let's just kind of give it a couple minutes for that to play out. Let me refresh my other screen here. Still waiting on VUZI earnings. Not seeing anything as far as data goes, so maybe it is 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Just a little bit about VUZI. Let's see here. EPS from the previous earnings, they always have a really tough time beating the forecast. It looks like the forecast is pretty constant though. It's basically a range from negative 0.13 to negative 0.17. Lots of negative 0.15s. So don't really see any growth with the forecast either, and no growth with the actual EPS. So yeah, this company doesn't look to be in good shape. Here's the previous 4 earnings, and you can see 4 earnings back to back. Previous earnings, they were red the next day. The most recent one, they were very red the next day, down 17%. So this company just can't catch a break, and obviously due to a lot of their fundamentals and financials are just not good at all. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 1 minute chart. Let's go to 1 minute. Yeah, so just not a lot of volume at all. got the bid at 119 and the ask at 128. So really wide bid versus ask spread there, and there's just no volume. So up a little bit, but it's kind of like it's kind of shoddy price action if you ask me. Let me turn on VWAP real quick. There we go. Yeah. So it's just no volume there. So, to be honest with you, things aren't looking good for VUZI if they do get a move one way or another, just because of, they just never can beat EPS and things of that nature. So it's 4:04 p.m. Let's see if the actual earnings data release was, in fact, 4:05 p.m. Because if it was 4 p.m. Eastern, a little unusual that it just has no volume. There's nothing happening. So, yep, still don't have any data on the 1 minute chart here on the left. And it's officially 4:05 p.m. Eastern and still nothing. So probably just a dud on VUZI. So I'm not sure if anyone was playing VUZI, but definitely nothing going on there right now. SMTC, Semtech. Let's wrap up VUZI real quick. So VUZI is electronics equipment and parts company. They are located in the United States. They're engaged in designing, manufacturing, marketing, and sale of augmented reality wearable display and computer devices. Company offers its products in the form of smart glasses and augmented reality, basically AR glasses. Devices include cameras, sensors, computers. So basically, that's what this company does. And again, just looking at the financials, net income not great at all, but they do have a good debt to asset ratio. So not much debt compared to assets. So assets last quarter 100 million, liabilities only 5 million. So just a drop in the bucket there. Moving forward to SMTC, it's 4:06 p.m. Eastern, and they're going to be reporting at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. I know there was some kind of a mixed bag in our group with SMTC as far as bulls and bears in our Discord group. So we'll see what happens. They closed the regular session today at 27.49, down 1.3% on the day, and had about 4 million volume today. And let's look at average 3-month volumes, only 1.25. So they did have like 4x the average volume today. So I guess assuming that's leading up to earnings. Let's see, 4:06 p.m. Okay, 4:07 p.m. It's got about 8 more minutes, and we'll get some SMTC data. Still waiting on VUZI info. I don't have anything yet. If anyone has anything, just let me know, and I'll post that for everyone on YouTube and Twitter. Okay, just a kind of a little bit of a statistic on VUZI today. Traded 79% above the average volume, and they were down 9% as of the close of the regular session. And it did kind of gap up a little bit on this 1 minute chart on low volume to 125, but candle right back down to 120, and that's because of how wide the bid and ask are. So again, nothing really going on with VUZI. So back to SMTC, they're also located in the United States. This is a semiconductor and semiconductor equipment company. So they're a provider of high performance semiconductors, and so that's basically kind of sums up what they do. And got SMTC chart on my right side here. I'm going to go to the 1 minute chart, and let's look at some stats on SMTC. So forecast EPS negative 0.03, and forecast revenue 191.24 million. Got a strong buy rating here. Looks like they usually do a really good job beating EPS. So hats off to SMTC. Got some solid EPS beats here, and that's over the past like 9 or 10 earnings. So good stuff there. And let me just scroll down a little bit. And yeah, last 4 earnings, the last 3 they were nice and green the next day. So they're kind of on a trend of positive reactions to their earnings. So let's go back to the candlesticks. Kind of just still flat here. Obviously waiting on the data. Let me pull up my other screen. And that way, when I get some SMTC data, I will let everybody know. SMTC. So again, they report at 4:15 Eastern. It's almost 4:10 Eastern. So about 5 more minutes. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh on VUZI again. Still not getting anything on VUZI. So we'll circle back to that. Let's stick to SMTC. I think that's obviously the more popular one. So past 3 earnings, back-to-back positive reactions. They were nice and green the next day. I would think, probably a similar reaction here. We'll see though, when we zoom out on SMTC daily chart, they have been running quite a bit before this earnings announcement. So we'll see what the actual reaction is. But, as far as how they were during previous earnings reactions, they tend to perform well. So let me go actually to Webull and the daily chart. And yeah, the earnings before last, they actually had a pretty decent run up to that earnings from 13 to 17. And then earnings were released and they went on to 23, 27. So that was the last earnings. The earnings before that, they did have a positive reaction. They were up nice and green the next day. So, they do have a history of reacting positively to earnings. So we'll see what's going on. Let me zoom in now to intraday chart. And we've got about 5 more minutes, folks. While we're waiting, got 4 more minutes. And let's take a quick look at the heat map. A little bit of a mixed bag. I mean, SPY ended up being, let's see here, there's SPY right there. SPY ended up being basically flat today, if you're considering, pre-market and stuff like that. So only up 0.01% during the regular session, so pretty flat. Had some volatility at the end of the day where it pumped up to 424.61, but came, basically retraced all that back to baseline there. So overall flat. Yeah, DGAS, if you're talking about VUZI, volume super low. In SMTC, volume pretty low on that one as well. But anyways, mixed bag. Apple was down again today. So was Meta. Microsoft flat. Google flat. Tesla red, down 2.3%. Amazon a little bit green. Nvidia a little bit green. Banking sector was nice and green today. Energy was nice and green. So was utilities. Basic materials, a couple stocks there down today. So we got about 3 more minutes, and then we'll see SMTC earnings results. As far as the sectors that were leading the pack today, we got energy and utilities at the top, followed by real estate. Those were all 3 sectors were nice and green, even in financials as well. The bottom of the pack looks to be a lot of risk on stuff. And to be honest with you, they're at the bottom, but they were kind of flat, not really too red. But that's information technology, consumer discretionary, of course. So kind of flat, even though they're at the bottom, but a lot of risk off sectors at the top. Energy, utilities, they're nice and green. Everyone, just a reminder, Fed Powell is talking tomorrow. I guess he's doing a little speech. That's at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. And I will be streaming that tomorrow. So if anyone wants to come hang out tomorrow, I'll be streaming that 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. I'll stream that live. And then we also have PCE data tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m., retail inventory data, stuff like that. But the market's closed tomorrow. Okay, so we got all this coming out and the market's closed. So, we'll obviously get the reactions pre-market on Monday, as far as the data that comes out tomorrow and Powell speaking. So that kind of wraps up the economic calendar for the rest of the week. And next week we got jobless claims and some Fed speakers and some labor numbers and stuff like that. Back to the candlesticks, still nothing going on with SMTC as far as anticipatory moves leading up to the earnings. It's 4:14 p.m. and just waiting here for the final countdown. Okay, let me refresh VUZI over here on the side. Yeah, still nothing on VUZI. It's just not really a popular stock at the moment. Let me go SMTC and refresh this. SMTC, this is the popular one out of the two, obviously, semiconductor, right? Okay, 4:14 p.m. Any second now, we'll see if we get any moves. And listen, if both these end up just being flat and neither of them getting a reaction to earnings, um, obviously going to be pretty boring. But we'll see what happens. Okay, here it is. Okay, finally getting some action. I was starting to fall asleep there. Jesus. All right, getting an initial bullish move on SMTC. Up over 7.5% here in after hours. They're about to break $30, and just looking at my trading view chart here. Let me go to 4 hours so we can get the. Let me turn off this stocks buddy here. I mean, on the daily chart, it was already had a pretty sweet bull signal here from our stocks buddy indicator there. So it was obviously already had good momentum. And we checked some historical data on SMTC before this happened, and we know that they usually have no problem beating the EPS and the revenue, and it looks like they've done it again so far, up 13%. Now, let's make sure, for the bulls, let's make sure this isn't a fake out move here. Sometimes the first move's not the real move. But looking at the order book over here on the right, you can obviously see the buy side imbalance as far as the orders here. So this thing looks like it's going to be going up pretty good here. There's not really any sell orders on the ask here. And then compare that on the order book to look at all these buys all the way down here. I mean, total order book imbalance for the buyers. This thing could really go, folks. Let me just go to the bigger time frame here and look at some possible levels. So sitting here in after hours, it's already at $32, almost $33. So let's see here. We've got some. We got this gap right here. So it's already filled that gap. Okay, huge gap over here, folks, to $45. If this thing keeps going, there's a chance it could go for that. Bottom of the gap is at 35. So SMTC gets above 35. We're in gap fill territory, folks, if that happens. So basically a $10 gap from 35 to 45. Let's go back to the candlesticks here. Okay, it's at 32.50. We had quite a few SMTC bulls in our Discord group earlier today. So, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but so far, congrats to the SMTC bulls, up 17.5% in after hours, getting a little tiny red 1 minute candle here. I'm going to go ahead and slap a Fibonacci on this and just kind of see where the 25% retracement and the golden fib would be at. So here we go. 25% retrace is right around the mid 31s. Basically where the price is now, dropping a little bit below that. Golden fibs at 29.7, which would be the 61.8% retrace. So 29.70-ish. Would definitely like to see it hold there. All right, so I was kind of worried about this. We'll see if it can pop back up. But that's what I was just saying. A lot of times these initial moves aren't the real move. We'll get the initial move, and maybe it's a positive move because they beat EPS and beat revenue. And then all of a sudden it's the third wheel with the forward guidance, and they adjust the forward guidance down, and then all of a sudden we get the reversal down. But oh yeah, let me refresh my other screen over here because I know there's got to be SMTC data out. Okay, here's some data on SMTC, and I'll post this on YouTube as well. Let's see, net sales of 192.9 million, above the midpoint of the guidance. They do have positive operating cash flow. 13.9 million, and free cash flow at 12.2 million. Completed optional credit facility prepayment of 5 million. Okay. Let me look at for the EPS. Okay. Here, let me post this for everybody. So it looks like they actually missed Q4 adjusted EPS of 0.06 in the negative. The estimate was 0.03 negative, so they did miss the EPS, but they must have released some good guidance, because it looks like they also missed sales. And let me just post this for everybody, so I can show everyone. Okay, there we go. So there's the miss there. They missed EPS and they missed sales. Sales came in at 192.95 million, and they missed the 196 million estimate. So double miss on SMTC. That's what makes me a little wary of this initial pump it just had to 33. You know, the only thing that's going to save it is going to be the forward guidance from the CEO. And more times than not, when the earnings get released, you know, around 4 p.m., 4:15 p.m., that's usually followed up with a web call from the CEO, which is the actual call from the CEO. And a lot of times it's around 5 p.m. Eastern when they do those. So if you wanted to join the earnings call with the CEO, just go to Semtech's website. You could probably actually just Google, you know, SMTC Semtech Investor Relations, and it'll probably take you right to where you need to go to watch the web call with the CEO. So initial reaction was positive. It has retraced 50% of that, okay, which is right around 30 bucks. So it basically was flat around 27, went up to 33, and now it's sitting at a 50% retrace at 30. That's actually failing now too. Let's see if the golden fib fails, which is basically 29.70 level. So we'll see what's going on here, but they missed EPS and they missed revenue, but they are up 9.75% in after hours. So if this does stay green, then that just tells me that, okay, even though they missed EPS and revenue, maybe they put out some good guidance, and that's what's kind of that's why we're seeing this buying pressure here. But on this 1 minute chart, it's obviously looks like it's coming back down. Actually, just got a bear signal on this candle here. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, because I'm interested to know if this can, you know, if buyers step in because of good guidance and it comes back up to test this 33, or are we just going to get 100? I mean, it's already lost the golden fib, so it looks like this could be coming down, folks. We'll see what happens here in the next handful of minutes. Let me refresh VUZI, because I still don't got nothing on VUZI. Okay, yeah, still don't have anything worth anything on VUZI. It's just not a popular stock. Not a lot of volume or anything. I mean, volume was kind of low on SMTC today as well, only 4.78 million. Their float is 63 million, but they were above their you know, average volume was 1.25, so they did have a lot more volume today if you compare those two figures. It's like we had some buyers step in right here around 28, but we'll see if this holds or not. We got a big sell order here at 29.80. It could be a short position. And we got some buyers trying to step in. So I'm just curious if it can start clawing its way back. Because if it does, then, you know, the bulls will probably be all right. But right now, it's kind of indecision, you know. Okay, we got over 500 people viewing the stream between YouTube and Twitter. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to flip over to the Discord real quick. And for anyone that's new to any of my weekly streams, this is the Discord we got. It's PB alerts, Penboy stock alerts, but this is the profits from today. Zach was killing it today. He had a bunch of great trades. We also had Big Frosty hit 100% on that trade. JTM got a sweet 58% on this O call, $55 call on O. And this is all from today. INTC, this was an April 5th call. And Fire Dog got a sweet gain on that. And we're just over here, you know, trading every day, making some money. And it's free to join our group. We do have a free section. You can join for free. Links in the description if you want to come hang out. But we live trade every single day. And we live trade in the free section every single day. So I'm not here to sell anyone anything. But if you want to come to a community with no drama, no muss, no fuss, everyone's there to make money. We treat it like a business. I specialize in a lot of the advanced option strategies, like the multi-leg options, do a lot of vertical spreads, credit spreads, debit spreads, do a lot of condors. I do a lot of inverse iron condors. Thank you, Pat from X, Twitter. VUZI delayed earnings. Yeah, that's something was up with that, because Earnings Whispers said they were supposed to report at 4 p.m. Eastern, and here we are, 4:25. And I mean, I know it. You know, it's just the volume's so low, so these candles don't really mean anything, to be honest with you. There's a 0.05 spread on the bid and ask on VUZI right now. So thanks, Pat. Appreciate you updating me on that, because I couldn't find anything. I'm over here refreshing my other screen, like, what the hell is going on with VUZI? But thank you for that info. SMTC still kind of chilling. You know, like I said, they're up 10. Okay, they're up 10% now in after hours. We'll see if they can actually come back and retest this 33 and try and make a new high in after hours. If not, you know, it's not looking good, just because they missed EPS and they missed revenue. Order books looks very, very weird. Let me refresh that. I usually use the order book on Thinkorswim, but it's Weeble's just easier to stream with. So, but yeah, total sell side imbalance, but the price is kind of trying to claw back, but it just looks like the buying pressure is kind of gone for now. So to be honest, y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, and especially if this tops out right here, then we officially have a lower high in after hours, and I'd be looking for another leg down at that point. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. I mean, for me to have any faith, it needs to get back above this 25% retrace, and then maybe I'll have some confidence in it for the bulls. But it just doesn't look like the buyers are here right now. Now, we did have a lot of buyers right when the announcement was made, and now it's pulled back. So we just got to keep our eye on it. And then again, if you want to watch the earnings call with the CEO, go to Semtech's website. You could just literally just Google Semtech Investor Relations, and it'll direct you to their investor relations site. And then you'll see a link to join the call with the CEO. But yeah, so delayed on VUZI. And we might not be able to see a reaction on that during this stream, because the earnings are delayed. Wonder why they're delayed. There's something's not up. Something's up with that. You know what I mean? Let me refresh my other screen. SMTC. Here's a clearer picture of SMTC results that I'll post for everybody. Send that away. There we go. Easier to read, that one. All right, so nothing going on with VUZI. We're probably not going to get anything on that during the stream. And SMTC kind of flatlined after pumping up a little bit, but, you know, holding steady, up 10.9%. I think investors are probably just going to wait for that call with the CEO to get more details on the forward guidance, and then it'll probably make a secondary move once that happens, whether it be up or down. Let's see what Stock Buddy's giving me on SMTC. Just want to see if it flipped to a bear signal here. Yep, it sure did. So yeah, it's probably right around that 25%. It needs to get above there, and then we'll probably get a bull signal. But there's just lots of selling pressure going on after it had a positive reaction. All right, well, looks like the action kind of died down on SMTC, and we had zero action on VUZI. So I'll probably go ahead and call the stream. Again, if you want to join our free group, my name's the Swinging Bull, by the way, with PB Alerts. If you want to join our group for free and hang out every day and live trade with us, we live trade every single day. Links in the description. You can join for free. And if you do join, reach out to me, Swinging Bull on Discord. You can DM me anytime, and I'm always willing to assist anyone in our members. But with that said, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their night, and I'll see everybody later. Cheers.